You're watching the Isaiah Factor Uncensored.
Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored, and thank you for joining us for the second half hour. Now, shifting our focus to the city of Las Vegas tonight. Sin City. It was once known as an affordable weekend vacation for many, a place where you can get all the perks basically for free. But now it may be too expensive for the average family out there. According to data, the number of overall visitors to the valley has significantly decreased. Our next guest has more. And joining us now on The Factor Uncensored, our travel expert, Deidre Mathis of Wander Stay. Glad to have you on The Factor Uncensored. Deidre, you can remember a time when we all were going to Vegas and expensive rooms, that was a thing that never crossed our minds. Expensive food, you basically gave it to you. Drinks free while you're gambling. Things have changed, and now they're seeing a slump in travelers and visitors coming to Vegas.
Yeah, it's been difficult. Actually, it's so funny. I had a friend who traveled to Vegas about 3 months ago, and he called me while he was there. And this was probably about May. And he said, Deidre, there's no one here. And I said, what do you mean? And he said that, it's empty. The streets are empty. No one's here. And then to see this happening, I'm like, wow. So tourism in Vegas had an 11% drop from last year. So that's huge. People are just not traveling to Vegas anymore. They don't see the appeal anymore. Well, like you said, back in the day, you could get a hotel for very cheap. They almost, gave you a free trip to Vegas to come gamble.
Exactly.
Now it's the complete opposite. Hotels are charging ridiculous fees. Drinks are $30, $40 for one drink. Vegas usually gets a lot of Canadian tourism. And we know that with, everything going on with this administration, not as many Canadians are traveling to Vegas. So they're really feeling the impact. And it's really, really sad.
And I think there's been like a 40% drop in Canadians visiting Vegas. Now,
41%.
Hearing about tariffs may have played a role in this, but I got a suspicion greed was number one, and then now they're saying it's tariffs. But I think greed had a bigger role in this.
Oh, yeah. And there's people just honestly don't have the disposable income that they once did. So whereas people had the money to go out and gamble and go out on vacation, people are really saving every extra penny they can. So Vegas is normally known as a place where you go gamble and you go party, but people don't have that disposable income like they once did. So people are really saving their funds. And when you mix everything going together with the high, cost of traveling, with the inflation, with the administration, and with their tourism rules, when you put all that together, it really just is really impacting the city of Vegas. And it's just really sad. And, honestly, I think it's going to take some time before the tourism come back. I do think it will come back, but I think it will be some time.
Now, it will come back, but do you think they will have to rework their business model? Take those prices down. They're high as hell.
They're very high. So I was watching a report today that said, an average drink in Vegas can cost you between $20 and $30 per drink. That's just ridiculous. No one is spending that amount of money to drink. So if the drinks are that high, imagine what all the other fees are like. And I was reading a report where they were saying some hotels in Vegas were now charging guests to use the refrigerators inside of their rooms. So the whole, thing behind that is they were trying to get people to, shop at their stores and eat at their restaurants. So they're going to charge a fee for people to even simply use the refrigerator in their room. And tourists are saying, we're not going for that. We're going to go somewhere else. We're going to spend our dollars somewhere else where we feel like our dollars can actually stretch. People are saying no longer can your dollar stretch in Vegas. And, it's really showing because the tourism is just really, really dropped.
When you have petty charges like that, shouldn't a smart businessman or CEO say, this is unsustainable? We're going to drive people away. Not nickel and dime them, and they can continue to come with a smile. It makes no sense.
Absolutely. I own hotels here in Houston, and there's no way I would ever charge fees for simple things like using the refrigerator or early check-in or, all these little simple things that we usually would give to our guests for free. If you notice that that's not working, you need to change it pretty quickly because, word spreads, right? So, you have a couple people traveling to Vegas and they tell you about their experience and they tell a couple people and, it's a trickle-down effect. People are going to say, hey, I'm not going to travel to Vegas where you're going to charge me to use the refrigerator. I'm going to go to another city where my money is going to stretch further. So yeah, they really have to wake up and see what's going on in the economy. And people are truly looking for a deal. They want their money to stretch. They want to feel like they're getting, something out of the deal. And when you're traveling to a place that's nickeling and diming you for every single thing, you're not going to want to go there. You're not going to have a good time. So you're going to tell your friends about it, your family about it, and that's really going to have an impact. And so I'm hoping that these people see this and they truly make a change so that the tourism in Vegas can go back up.
Absolutely. Or next time you and I will be talking about a lot of bankruptcies going on in Vegas
Yeah.
with these hotels and casinos. We'll just have to see. Deidre Mathis, for those who are interested in your hotels where the refrigerator service is free, where can they find you?
Absolutely. So Wonder Stay Boutique Hotel, find us online at wonderstayboutiquehotel.com. We don't nickel and dime you. We give you a bunch of free stuff. You're going to enjoy your stay. So check us out. If you don't want to travel to Vegas, come to Houston. We'll take care of you.
All right. We'll get a card game going at Wonder Stay for you.
Absolutely. Good old card game going.